What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ryan G, and I'm back again with another video. Guys, make sure you check out all my videos, especially when I do post these videos on a weekly basis. I do at least three times a week, and I also do sometimes live streams on weekends when I have time. But anyway, in this video, we are going to be talking about why it is important for you to recognize your value as a man, right? So many people, take advantage of people is because it's like they don't know within themselves that they have something that's special about them, and that's why they're making people take advantage of them, because they don't realize that there's something special about you that you probably don't necessarily know that you have, right? There's a lot of things that make us distinct, and you should recognize what makes you different from everyone else. Now, I talked about this in my previous video, but in this video we're talking about specifically value, right? Realizing that you are high value. You don't have to necessarily have money to be high value. You don't have to necessarily have all the status and things like that and social clout. You can be a high value person based off the way you carry yourself, and you have to realize all the accomplishments that you have have done throughout your whole entire life, right? You should carry yourself a certain way and give off an energy that you have a unique past. You have a unique I'll say profile, right? A lot of guys, how you research an athlete and you see the whole entire profile of what the person accomplished. There was an All-American of the high school team, right? They was all first team, all team, whatever. They were MVP of whatever year, things like that. They were selected for Team USA. You see all these past accomplishments that the athlete actually did, right? And the reason why it's so important to know the history of the athletes, because sometimes you have to see where the person is coming from, and that's what really shows their value, right? Now, not everyone's gonna be athletes, and not everyone's profile is gonna be public like that, so people can know exactly what you did, and you don't have to prove anything to anyone and tell them this and tell them that. But you kind of walk around like you actually did something great, right? You should be able to display that particular type of that energy, that vibe around people, so people can actually treat you with respect, right? It's so important when you are interacting with women too, that you don't necessarily view the date as you have to impress her, you have to be this perfect guy and things like that. What you should do is realize what your value is, and it's up to that person to really like you and deal with you. And the thing is, if that person doesn't really respect you and don't like you, is their lost, right? You have to have the mentality which anyone who rejects you and anyone who doesn't want to deal with you is their loss. It's so important that you actually make sure that you realize what makes you important and different from everyone else, because no one's gonna come up to you and say, hey, you're good at this, you're good at that, you're good at that. Now, every now and then you are going to have people that will tell you, you are good at this, you should try this avenue, you should try this route. But most of the time you should already know what makes you unique as a person, as a individual. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I like to preach and tell guys is that always make sure that you love yourself, right? It doesn't matter what flaws you think you have or you may have, right? Sometimes when people look at you, they might not even see the flaw. That's the interesting thing about it. I love how I was scrolling through social media the other day, and I saw this weird image of like an apple, right? They show the apple and they put the apple right next to the mirror. I don't know who created this image, and the apple's right next to the mirror, but basically in the reflection, you see like the front part of the apple is perfect, right? But in the back part, it's a huge bite, right? Someone bit the hell out of the apple in the back, right? But when you look at the apple through the mirror or the reflection, you don't see that the fact that someone already ate the apple, right? The meaning behind that particular image on social media was that people, they might see, all the, greatness within you, right? But they don't see what you've been through. But also too, it's like the flaws that you may have, the person might not even see it, right? You have to literally say something in order for them to actually say, oh, damn, really? There's something wrong with you? It's like sometimes when you even mention certain things around your friends or family members, whatever it is, like, oh, damn, really? You was going through that? It's like they didn't know that you was going through all type of shit, right? Until you mention it. Now, with value, you have to realize that you are an important individual, because the thing is, if you walk around with a low value thing about yourself, everyone is going to treat you messed up. You know what I'm saying? Everyone is going to either use you, and it's like they're going to not like take you seriously, right? Like, it's so important that every person that you do interact with, if it's men, women, doesn't matter, especially when you're dating women, that you know that you're bringing something to the table, right? This doesn't have to necessarily mean that you have a lot of money. Doesn't mean that you have a lot of social clout. You see, a lot of people feel like value means that you have all this money, right? You know what I'm saying? You're coming from a high income background, whatever, you are a certain status, right? Celebrity status, whatever, you got the blue check mark on Instagram. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're high value. High value means the way you carry yourself. You know within yourself that you're bringing something that is very important. Now, this can mean, maybe your emotional support, right? Certain things about your personality could be highly valued, and not that much other people have the same thing like you, right? You might be this person that treat people well, right? But the thing is, not everyone's gonna treat other people well, right? So whoever is dealing with you should realize that and should view that as high value. Now, everyone views different things as high value. Some people might view your body as high value. Somebody might view maybe just the way you act as high value. Just certain things about you as high value. But most important that I'm trying to actually get in this video and let you guys understand is that you first have to realize what makes you stand out from everyone else, right? Just like what I was saying in my previous video, the only difference is in this video, I want you all to understand that everyone has a certain amount of value, but it all determines basically how you treat yourself, right? You have to respect yourself for who you are, and you have to realize that you bring something to the table.